Back at you again with part two to the No Limit Lil Wet Homicide Leak Foia report for 2017 homicide that Lil Wet, No Limit Lil Wet was involved in. If you haven't done it already, subscribe, comment underneath the video, tell me how you like it, and definitely like the video. Let's jump right into this here. Scrolling down, we got up first, the next document is another case supplementary report, and this is an arrest and prosecution report. And this report was submitted by Vivas Alfredo Jr. Date submitted October 20th, 2017, 14:31 hours. This is a field investigation, cleared close, arrest and prosecution report. The victims are listed, which are the 4 victims that we listed in the previous video. So if you haven't seen that, definitely go back and check that out. All of the victims are listed again, the location of incident, the date and time of incident, the death information, autopsy information is listed, and that is all the same information from the previous documents that we went over already. And now we get down to an investigation. This is an area central cleared closed arrest and prosecution supplementary case report. This report should be read in conjunction with RD number JA206252 and any other documentation generated pertaining to BIA 2017-1362. This case was administratively reopened for the purpose of submitting a lab report pertaining to the listed BIA. Reporting detective has no first-hand knowledge of these cases. The following information is a summation and should not be considered verbatim unless noted. The listed BIA report and information has been forwarded to the respective investigating area central detective. If further investigation is warranted, additional supplementary reports will be completed and submitted at a later date. This will remain in a cleared close arrest and prosecution status. Report prepared by Detective A. Vivas, number 21021, Area Central Detectives. Next document we have is an additional arrest and prosecution document. This document was filed on October 26th by a reporting officer of James Carroll. The victims are listed below, as well as suspect, with no details, victim injuries as we know from previous videos, location of incident, date and time of incident, and death information. Other involved individuals are the witnesses that we listed prior and outlined prior in the other videos. Definitely please go back and check those out and subscribe if you have not. Investigation. This is an area central investigations cleared closed arrest and prosecution case supplementary report and should be read in conjunction with all reports related to this record division number RD JA206252. Evidence inventory number 140218005. 1 DVD containing Facebook uploads under screen name redacted. Inventory number 140292234. 1 search warrant number 17SW7755. Investigation. On August 28th, 2017, Detective Dolly number 20640 requested a search warrant for a second time of any communications or contacts pertaining to the Facebook screen name account redacted. Search warrant 17SW7755 was reviewed by Cook County State's Attorney's Office and signed by Judge Boudreaux at 12:32 hours on August 28th, 1017, which potentially should be 2017. But we will say 1017 as the paperwork says. The search warrant was inventoried under inventory number 140218005. On October 2nd, 2017, reporting detectives viewed Facebook content from screen name redacted, requested from search warrant number 17SW7755, previously viewed uploaded photos, open source, of the offender Maurice Harris pointing a black handgun and a Glock 27 semi-automatic .40 caliber handgun were recovered from Facebook account redacted. All recovered content was inventoried under number 1-402-1805. This case remains clear, close, arrest, and prosecution. Report by Detective Carroll, number 20356. This is another cleared, close, arrest, and prosecution report. The victims are listed. The suspect is listed as no details. Victim injuries are listed. Location of incident, date and time of incident, death information. Autopsy information. Weather and lighting. Weather, cloudy, rain, temperature 45, lighting, daylight. Investigation. This is an area central investigations progress report and should be read in conjunction with all reports related to this record division number, RD number JA206252, location 270 East 75th Street, Persons interviewed, female 1, 48, redacted, 69, redacted, female 1, 28, redacted, 89. Redacted. Investigation. On December 11th, 2017, reporting detectives learned that Redacted was currently employed. Redacted. Reporting detectives went to above address and located Redacted. Redacted agreed to speak with reporting detectives. Detective Carroll showed Redacted, a single photo of Redacted. Carroll asked Redacted if she knew the person in the photo or had ever seen him before. Redacted stated that she did not know the person in the photo. Redacted wrote, "I don't know this guy," and signed the photo. The photo of Redacted signed by Redacted was inventoried under inventory number 140606662. On December 17, 2017, reporting detectives spoke with Redacted at her residence located at Redacted. Reporting detectives learned that Redacted of victims Dylan and Raheem Jackson. Detective Carroll showed Redacted a single photo of Redacted. Carroll asked Redacted if she knew the person in the photo. Redacted stated that she did know the person in the photo. Redacted agreed to an interview. The following is a summary of the interview with Redacted and should not be considered a verbatim account. Redacted stated that just after Valentine's Day, last February 2017, Redacted contacted her through Snapchat because he liked videos that she posted. Redacted and Redacted talked a couple of days through Snapchat before agreeing to go out together. Redacted picked Redacted up at her house approximately 3 days after both started talking on Snapchat. Redacted was also present when Redacted was picked up. The three began drinking and smoking throughout the night before Redacted took Redacted and Redacted back to her residence. Redacted stated she and Redacted began to hang out together. Redacted eventually introduced Redacted, Dylan, and Raheem to Redacted. Stated that after Redacted were shot and killed, she called Redacted. Stated that Redacted answered the phone. Redacted informed Redacted that something happened and asked for Redacted to call her. Redacted called Redacted back approximately 10 minutes later. Redacted informed Redacted that Redacted were shot and killed at 75th Street and Coles. Redacted informed Redacted that he was currently at Redacted house at Redacted and that he was on his way to 75th and Coles. Redacted stated that Redacted showed up on scene approximately 45 minutes later. Redacted and Redacted were on scene together for 2 to 3 hours. Redacted stated that Redacted was on phone most of the time, both making and receiving phone calls. Redacted stated that Redacted told her that No Limits or Black Mob killed her brothers, referring to street gangs in that area. Redacted then left the scene without telling. Redacted and Redacted did not see or speak to each other after the murder. Redacted stated that Redacted attempted to contact her, but she did not reply. Redacted did eventually talk to Redacted again via phone on April 8, 2017. Redacted stated that her, Redacted, funeral was that day and Redacted wanted to go. Redacted picked up Redacted at 95th and the Dan Ryan Expressway, and they went to the funeral. Redacted stated she never saw Redacted again after the funeral. Redacted stated that Redacted informed her that Redacted was arrested for a murder that occurred in Chinatown. This case remains clear, closed, arrest, and prosecution. Report by Detective J. Carroll, number 20356. The next document we have is an investigative file inventory document that lists the general progress reports, copy of photo array documents, lineup reports, cleared closed reports, inventory number 146-35886, and Spain numbers for entering member, and the date of entry is February 5th, 2021. Next document is an ISP lab report for an investigative file inventory sheet. And then for our next sheet, we have a slew of documents that are being added into inventory. We have search warrant, court compliant transmittal, hot desk warrant response, general progress reports, officer safety alert, pod video referral request, OEMC audio requests, audio research log, CPD event query log reports, CPD event query reports, open source info requests, detective memos, photocopies, attorney business cards, arrest profile, and that is a Jerry Jacobs contact card, Jerry Jacobs, lab supplementary reports, and CCA reports. All the reports that go and coincide with this case. And it seems like we may have some duplicates. Okay, we have a major incident notification detail, the crime incident RD number, and we have the homicide first degree murder. The notification date is April 3rd, 2017 at 22:20 hours. Date and time March 30th, 2017, 15:31. Location 2704 East 75th Street, Chicago, Illinois 60649. Restaurant. All right, and we have the victims listed again here, and we have some interesting details. We'll go through these. I believe they list the injury descriptions now. So we have an injury description for victim 1 as multiple gunshot wounds that was fatal. For victim 2, we have multiple gunshot wounds that was fatal, but we also have a gang affiliation for victim 2, and victim 2 is Davis Edwin, male, black, 32 years, and he is a gang affiliation of Black P Stones. Victim number 3 is Emmanuel Stokes Emmanuel, male, black, 28 years. Gang affiliation is unknown. Injury description is gunshot wound to head. Condition fatal. The next one we have, victim is Jackson Raheem, male, black, 19. Gang affiliation, Black Disciples, low life. Injury description, multiple gunshot wounds. Condition fatal. Offender number 1, Maurice Harris, male, black, 19 years, Chicago, Illinois. In custody. IR number redacted. CB number 194-607-67. INV alert number 29999994017. Gang affiliation, Black P Stones, No Limit, 79th and Essex. Arrest date looks to be April 4th, 2017, 1452. Arrest address 12601 Southwestern Avenue, Blue Island, Illinois. Location, restaurant. Charge date April 4th, 2017, 2100 hours. ASA approval, Galvin Sherrill. Charges 720 ILCS 5.09/9-1-A-1 first degree. Number of counts 4. Buy bus requested? No. Use of weapon used. Weapon recovery? None. Weapon description? 40 caliber based on ballistic evidence recovered at the scene. Recovered property: 40 caliber expended shell casings. Manner, motive: 4 people shot and killed, possibly gang related. And we have the involved personnel, which lists all the police officers that were involved. We have an update on the narrative. Update: April 4th, 2017. After reviewing the facts of the case, ASA Galvin approved 4 counts of first-degree murder at 2100 hours. This case is now considered cleared, closed by arrest. A criminal warrant CW 0044426/W17E4423 was issued for the warrant offender. The offender was arrested on April 4th and transported to Area Central for further investigation. Update: April 3rd, 2017. The listed offender was identified as the person who shot and killed the 4 victims. On April 2nd, 2017, I/A number 299999017 with probable cause to arrest was issued for the wanted offender. This is an Area Central initial notification of a quadruple homicide which occurred in the 003rd District. This incident took place in GCSO 004001 BPS/GD and GCSO 004013 internal BPS. The listed victims were in the vicinity of 2704 East 75th Street when an unknown male black offender approached on foot. The offender followed 2 of the victims into the restaurant located at the above listed address and fatally shot both victims. The offender then exited the restaurant and shot the two additional victims, causing their deaths. The offender fled on foot northbound down Coles and made good his escape. Multiple witnesses were also located and interviewed. Multiple 40 caliber shell casings were located at the crime scene. Private video has been located and is in the process of being retrieved. Then we have pod video retrieval happening by the detectives. Requester type is sworn. Requester star number. And the nature of the incident is a homicide investigation that they are requesting pod footage for.